So in Act 2. Act 2, Chapter 1. Nothing but dreams. Nothing but dreams. A new day without a lead. I need to talk with Nora and Laszlo and go over our options. It's been 5 years since I was last on Athena. It's weird to be back. So much has changed. So much is new.
So, what's the plan?
Why are we in outer space talking about this, first of all? Laszlo, Nora, and I are in the kitchen. A bit phased out and a bit lost. We're still half asleep.
I just woke up, Grandpa.
Grandpa? Nora's always called her grandfather that. Of course, Laszlo's always hated the term, but it's stuck.
The plan is to find some breakfast.
I agree with that one.
You mean get me to make you some breakfast, hmm?
Probably that one too.
If you're offering.
They're smiling, but there's desperation in their eyes. We have no idea what to do.
Polly, got any more substantial, less food-oriented ideas, dear?
Huh.
I'm trying to figure out our next move. We don't know where Ursula is. Not a clue. We need a lead.
Mm-hmm.
We need a miracle.
The entrance bell rings. A couple of short, decisive presses.
You were saying?
Yeah, that's kind of a nice winky dink. Could it be the aspirations? Could it be the help truth mentioned before? If it was aspirations, then they would have just come in. Consequences of outcomes. The next node's barrier was removed by the outcome you chose at the end of the previous act. Outcomes generally have greater consequences than objectives. For now, things are kept simple, but it might be different later. Let's see what fate has in store for you. Okay, that's kind of cool. A stranger at the gate. We kept Ursula's absence quiet. You didn't risk going public for your search. We could have been more open about it. The search that didn't go unnoticed. Nope, let's go here. We're keeping this under wraps right now. Like, we don't want anyone knowing about it. It's just us, right? Before anyone else can move, I head over to the gate to see who it is. Laszlo and Nora follow in silence. It's a man. A stranger. Short-footed, the shadow of a smile on his lips, a glimmer in his eyes.
Good morning.
Oh. He's impressive. Attractive. I've seen that glimmer before. In university folk. Professors. Experts. The sparkle of expertise.
Can we help you?
I'm looking for Ursula.
Oh. We kept her disappearance a secret, but still, someone cared?
Us too. Sorry, but we have no idea where she might be.
That's concerning.
Yeah. He's so calm.
I came here because she missed our last appointment.
Oh.
Who are you exactly?
Yes.
I own a bookshop on Liberation Road. Academic stuff, mainly. Well, that's in these days, right? Nerd stuff.
Hold up a second. Liberation Road Bookshop. A bookshop on Liberation Road specializes in academic publications for 9 years now. This very particular bookshop is seen as a quaint little place by tourists. Many specialists on the Oxian culture stop by to visit the owner, order books, and chat about the latest discoveries. Omar Shabani, a historian by trade, was made a citizen of Athena in 2030. All right.
I specialize in literature about the Oxion culture. Topic Ursula and I both study.
The Oxions, the culture that once stood on this land, builders of temples, word melders, and poetic fishermen, like many cultures around the Mediterranean. Could they be linked to Reverie, to what's going on?
Nobody in town had heard from her, so I closed up my shop and came here.
Interesting.
This was her forwarding address. For orders, you know?
Looks around at the building from the gate. It's impressive, but definitely showing its age.
Not surprising, I guess. This place used to be a haven for poets and artists. Free thinkers of all kinds.
The comment rings harsh, but it's true. The Naiads isn't as important to Athena as it was 10 or even 15 years ago.
She never mentioned you, Mr.
Please, call me Omar.
Alright, so Omar, born there, owns that, holds a doctorate in Oxian culture, moved to Athena after earning his degree to continue researching the Oxian culture, but was denied clearance by the previous administration. All information on the Oxians is now tightly controlled by Mono Concern. He runs a bookshop which now draws some regulars. From his phone calls, it appears he has a father and several sisters.
Omar. I'm Nora.
Polly. That's Laszlo. I'm Ursula's daughter.
I felt that might be the case.
Oh. He smiles, faintly. Enough for me to guess that the aspirations might be behind this. Truth led him here, that's certain.
Why don't you come in?
Okay, who is this man? And then we gotta go there. Okay. A cautious meeting. A cautious meeting. It's hard to focus. The four of us walk towards the building, none of us saying a word. The lawn is gorgeous. In the summer, the whole community of Alma gathers here. A soup kitchen is often run out of the kitchen. Ursula cooks for the battalion, while Laszlo serves food and helps out along with anyone else who's around.
So, first time here?
It's a good question. Not everyone on the island has visited the Naiads, famous as it is.
Yeah. I moved to Athena a couple of years back. Did my master's on the Oxion civilization, so obviously I had to come here to finish it.
Makes sense. I smile. I did the exact opposite. Studied here until I could get as far away from Athena as possible.
How did you end up living here?
We've been here since... forever. Ursula used all of her money to keep this place afloat.
Now it's just debts and leaky pipes.
At his granddaughter's words, Laszlo nods. That draws a smile from Omar. Good. The tension seems to be clearing. Is truth behind Omar's visit?
Perhaps.
Whoa! What's up, homie? Their voice in my head feels like a swarm of bees rushing through my skull.
Consider Omar here a helpful stranger, encountered on an unknown path. One who does not know the way, but is in possession of a map.
Ah, okay. A wave of gratitude emanates from the aspiration. Is this their way of thanking me?
Think of this as a resetting of the balance.
This stranger may be the key to finding my mother. Laszlo and Nora seem to realize this too. Looks like they're dying to interrogate him.
So, what do you know about Ursula? Did you notice anything strange about her?
Laszlo,
Calm down, Grandpa.
yeah, chill.
But did she say anything to you about leaving? About going away? Do you have any leads?
Truth is still there, a presence behind my eyes.
I'd let them ask their questions before letting him into your sanctum. You can never tell with people. Not these days.
But you sent him to us.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
More like he washed up on your shores.
Interesting. My eyes practically roll themselves. I feel the weight of power and bond arrive. And something else. A faint presence I'm not familiar with.
Whatever they might say, truth is relieved. As are we all.
Yes, thankful also.
You're welcome. But right now, I've got a stranger to deal with.
The odd presence remains silent before... The odd presence remains silent before fading entirely. But I have more pressing matters to attend to. Omar's managed to appease Nora and Laszlo, but I need to make sure we can trust him. And this is where we're going to get into our first big convergence. The symbol means that several nodes are available, and you must play a certain number of them in order to progress forwards. You must choose 2 nodes among the 3 that are available before moving on. Oh, okay. So it reveals 1 node, reveals 1 node, reveals 1. Ask when he saw her last. Query about their friendship. Ask about the Axions. So it was like, I was gonna say, I can, is this one? There we go. Okay, so. This takes me up there. Okay. This takes me all the way up there. Wow. And that one takes me right there. So this is what I'm thinking. So we have to ask 2 of 3. That's what they just said. I kind of want to ask, when was the last time he saw her? And their friendship. Because asking about the Axions, or the Oxions, I don't think is a... Of course, it would be a good thing to ask about, but it's not important right now. We're trying to find Ursula. That's the big important thing. So asking these 2, I feel like, are the 2 big ones. Because asking about Ursula and their friendship. So I'm gonna just go, when did they last see him, and then what's their friendship like? That's what we'll do. As I get a better look at Omar, I can tell he's traveled a lot. It's the little things, mannerisms you don't find in people here. It feels like he's trying too hard. Like his calm exterior is a facade. That might be what's pushing Laszlo away.
So, Ursula, how often did you 2 meet?
She'd pop by the bookshop when she was in the area. Every few days. And recently we'd met as friends. Social calls.
Okay. Laszlo stiffens just a little.
She never mentioned you.
She talked about you all the time. I went to your bar once and I was struck by, how similar you were to her description. Again, it's a compliment.
Let's not get sidetracked. The last time you saw her was...
A few weeks ago. She came by to borrow a book I'd recommended. Oxion Legacy and the Spiritualist Diaspora. She didn't seem out of sorts. Oh, I actually bought something that could be of help.
Oh, yeah? As Omar rummages through his pockets, I feel the unmistakable weight of Power's presence.
Whether Omar means to or not, he brings great upheaval.
Right now, upheaval or no, he's all we've got.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with the query. I'm gonna ask about the friendship. I think that's more important than the Oxions right now, because it's still something weird, and like what Power just said, something ain't right. Something ain't right, and we're gonna find out. So we're gonna ask about their friendship, because I don't trust Homeboy. Just how well did he know my mother?
So you and Ursula were friends?
Omar looks momentarily taken aback, the gleam in his eyes dimming as he ponders the question. See?
Yes, I suppose we were. We bonded over our love of the Oxion culture and... Yes. Friends.
I don't trust it.
But I haven't known her that long. A few months, maybe?
Yeah, see, I don't know. I hear Laszlo cross his arms, a rustle of fabric followed by a barely audible grunt. Nora senses the tension. Laszlo and Ursula have a pretty open relationship, so why the attitude? Why the concern?
Well, I guess it's our lucky day. You might be just the person we've been looking for.
Before I can agree, a peal of laughter rings across the courtyard. No one's smiling, but there's the laughter again. Quick and manic. It's got to be chaos. Chaos.
Look at him! For a man who prides himself on being pure-hearted, he's quite the bleeding heart.
Oh! I try to ignore the fizzing sensation at the back of my mind.
Oh, you're no fun.
As swiftly as they appeared, the cloud of their presence retreats, their laughter echoing across the sea below. Okay. So, now, boom. I can't believe she would start writing again after all this time. 0 nodes required, and it reveals 3. So this will reveal those 3 up there. Okay. I can't say I trust him, but he's our best lead so far. At Laszlo and Nora's nod, I beckon Omar inside. Oh. Okay.
Here. I found these. I think they might provide a clue. Or a lead. Or... well, I'm not a detective, but they look relevant. At least.
Passes me a few crumpled scraps of paper.
Ursula's handwriting.
Oh.
Yes. It's part of her latest work. She gave them to me a few weeks ago and claimed she had a notebook somewhere containing the rest.
I think I can help you. I know exactly where it is. Wait here, all of you.
He almost pirouettes out of his way on his way out. Nora stifles a laugh despite the reasons behind our meeting.
You're becoming our lucky charm.
I don't trust. There's something weird about this, man.
Well, I was just worried about Ursula. It's, good to know I'm not alone.
Ow. Something's rubbing me the wrong way about this whole thing.
We'll get to the bottom of this. Now that we have a lead, there's no stopping us.
I can't help but smile at Nora's confidence. But before I speak, Laszlo practically batters down the door on his way back.
She told me where it was years ago. No secrets between us. But I couldn't bring myself to open it and read it. It's her personal stuff, you know?
Laszlo, adorable Laszlo. Even with Ursula missing, he still thought it would be wrong to read her notebook. Everybody looks at the damn thing. It's pretty, but opening it feels like a betrayal.
Perfect. I know we might regret this later, but sometimes the unethical thing to do is the right one.
He leaves through the notebook, a sorry-looking and surprisingly thin affair. A concerned look darkens his face.
It's filled, cover to cover. Too much for one person to read. If I just... ah, there.
Omar slowly unties the leather cord binding the pages together. I've never heard Laszlo make that noise before. A kind of strangled snort.
Nora, was it? Here. 2 sheets.
Ah.
Laszlo, take these 3. I'll take these other 3. And Polly, these are yours.
He hands out the pages as if they were flyers for the biggest concert of the year.
What have you...
I hope you'll all agree this is no time for unnecessary hesitation. The sooner we read Ursula's work, the sooner we'll find out if she left any clue to her disappearance.
Laszlo's face is beet red, but he drops his gaze to the pages before him. I take a look at the now homeless sheets in my hand. It looks like a foreword and the opening chapters. They seem to be about family, the Oxians, and... I squint to the hastily written notes. A diatribe on life, the future, and her anxieties? I never knew. One sentence stands out from all the rest. The words sound alien when set against the Ursula I thought I knew.
Bound to live in a world where I drown in the memory of you. The rage inside still hasn't burnt away the tears. I'll meet you again in a fraction of time.
Jesus.
Someday.
Who is she talking about? Alright, so. Omar notices my reluctance. Check on that, he looks concerned. Okay, so. Timer 6 turns. Omar and Laszlo's thoughts. Omar and Nora's thoughts. Okay. So I can go this way. Okay, so that... okay, I see what it is now. We have 6 turns before we can go here. The conditions to do this are within 6 turns. Got it. This node is inevitable. It must be played to unlock other nodes. Okay, so... that's where we're at right now. Check on Laszlo, or see how Nora's doing.